Presence by Styles P. Styles P has readied his second album of 2019 called Presence. What does Styles have in store for us this time? How do we feel about it? Here's an honest review of Presence by Styles P.
Styles P. Presence. Were you expecting a Styles P album?
No, I was not.
Yeah, Styles P's been the only Lox member that's been dropping consistent music every year, all year, throughout the year. Shout out to Sheek Luch and Jadakiss. Love both of them. But Styles has been very consistent. How you feel about this album artwork?
That's cool. I like how it has, the word presence and then the quote or the definition underneath. But I like how he got his just a portrait of him in the background. Pretty dope.
Yeah, it almost looks like a presence. I thought that was cool. The definition being up there is a very simple cover. I love the font that he uses for his name. Really dope font. So it's a cool cover. The flow of this project, man, is in the essence, it's kind of like typical Styles P with production that I think could have been better.
Yeah, I mean, it's Styles P over some, I want to say just some laid back production.
Highlights, man. Blam 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 featuring Benny the Butcher and Conway the Machine. They all killed it, especially Benny the Butcher. To those that get mad about me feeling some type of way about Griselda's beats, if they rapped over beats like this all the time, they'd be much better. It sucks when you have artists that are that beastly, but they rap over some SpongeBob SquarePants instrumentals. All right. Golden featuring Xander. I think that's how you say his name. That was fire. Yes Lord featuring Iman. I don't know who Iman is. I like what he added to that song. Dope song. Roll Up featuring Chris Rivers and Chris Streets. Don't know who Chris Streets is. Definitely know who Chris Rivers is. They all straight destroyed that joint. I was extremely amped. Like, I was just like, when Chris Rivers' verse came on, I was like, yo, who is that? Who the hell is? And I was just
knew
like,
who it was by the time I heard his voice.
I was just like, man, that dude really is like up there with his father, man. That's crazy. And Gotta Know. I felt Gotta Know was a really strong track as well.
Yeah, Blam 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 was just straight heat, straight fire. Golden and Xander, I thought was really, really dope. I think it was brand new that I enjoyed. The beat was like better than the lyrics and everything, but I just really like how he sounded with it. And Roll Up with Chris Rivers was really, really dope. Chris Streets was dope as well. But that verse by Chris Rivers was just fire.
Lowlights, man. I thought the production overall was a little bit lackluster. The songs I mentioned, the production is pretty decent, but overall I felt like it was drowsy production. Numbers don't lie. I'm tired of people saying that because it's definitely true when you're talking about numbers as far as album sales. We're talking about an era where people used to buy albums and now people buy streams or have machines that run their music over and over again. So numbers do lie. Let's be very honest about that. I mean, how much money they got in their bank account probably don't lie, but when we talk about stats as far as music goes, they do lie. Either or, I thought was cool, but it was like same thing, a little bit lackluster. And Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I liked it, but the sample was a little on the annoying side. I wish she would have turned it down just a tad bit. But aside from that, I do like the lyrics on all of the songs that I mentioned.
Yeah, man, the production is what got me down about this album because it just kind of seemed like it was the typical type of production that I'm used to hearing from the last couple of Styles P projects that we have done. I feel like it really wasn't that much amped. Like, I'm not trying to say everything got to be a hype track and everything like that, but I just didn't really feel that much unless I was paying attention to the lyrics. That's the thing. Like, if you're paying attention to the lyrics, you're going to be like, oh, that was dope. This dope cadence, dope flow. But then when you get back to vibing with the production, it just kind of takes you out of the project as a whole. So I think that was the problem with me, was the fact that dope lyricism, dope bars, but the production was just taking me out of it.
Final thoughts, man. Look, I thought Styles P put together a decent project here, which I'm somewhat disappointed about just because when I look back at Styles' discography, man, he's had like some real heat. And like this one, I just feel like he just didn't take the proper steps to make sure that it was fire. I felt like the producers that he worked with was a little bit, they didn't bring the heat with him this time. And I was just slightly disappointed with what this effort Styles put out, because as I was driving, man, there was times where I'm just like, oh snap, I'm falling asleep on the road, man. And I don't need that in my life. I had to turn Tory on. And I hate to say that I had to do that.
Not at all, man. I just feel like, even I don't know if it's like real dope to Ride or Die fans or go rock with this, but it's just the fact that it doesn't feel like much effort was put into this. His last project, SP the Ghost or whatever, I felt like that was more constructed than this one. Like, I feel like this was just like yo, I got some more music, let's put it out. That's the type of vibe that I got from it. I just really felt that just a little bit more attention needed to be paid attention to the production, because it just took you away from all the dope bars and lyricism.
Final grade, man, I'm going to give this joint a dash. This is very close to the X dash this time around. I don't know if I said that last time, but this is very close to the X dash. It's like Styles has been kind of putting like inspirational music out there, and I didn't feel the inspiration on this one. I felt like this was slightly backtracking everything that he said before. And like at this point, like if I wanted to hear that Styles, I have so much music of that Styles I can listen to, that this is not impressive compared to all of the other stuff that I can go listen to a Gangsta and Gentleman. I can go listen to any of his other projects that I have just sitting on my laptop that from all Styles P's discography. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to give this an X. I don't really think it's the best of what I've heard out of Styles' catalog. And I don't think it's like, there's a couple songs on here that's worth listening to, of course. But as a project overall, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't feel like this joint has a lot of replay value.